Welcome to another episode of Deep Data Discussions here at Spatialedge. I'm your host, Pierre, Roux, and today we have with us Cronje Fourie, our Head of Data Engineering. So Cronje, I'm going to throw out a controversial topic and you're going to say whether you strongly agree, disagree, or strongly disagree.
Okay.
So the topic for today is real time is a waste of time. Batch for the win. So I would actually maybe just rephrase it a little bit is real time costs a lot of money and is therefore a waste of time, and the majority of use cases should be done in batch.
Oh, this is a very difficult one. This is very difficult.
Agree. I did not expect that from you, but okay.
This is very difficult for me. Extremely difficult because I love solving complex problems. And real time is a really complex problem. But in the vast majority of instances, there's no point. The complexity required to build an actual real-time system, as opposed to the usage of that data downstream, doesn't warrant the complexity.
In most cases.
In most cases.
This is not talking from industry experience.
Exactly.
I agree with you in that sense that when you look at normal use cases that can add a lot of value to the business, can add a lot of money, even just having 10-minute batches or 1-minute batches, like what they call near real time, is good enough to actually do something about respond. And that's also very rarely the case. People talk about, you need to, in the moment, respond to something. You can actually build just a server that responds to an event that does that for you. But does that mean you have to just all the data, all the time at real time?
No.
That's it.
No. There are hundreds. You wanna have the real time component where somebody opens the app, asks a question, gets the feedback in real time, whatever it is.
For me, the best one would be a trigger where, let's say, on your cell phone device, you are running out of airtime, and now you want to offer this person
exactly.
I get this too many times, but yes, offer you a recharge.
Exactly. Or, I'm a bank. I have a new customer who's coming in for a loan. I want to give him a real-time response on whether or not he can get a loan for 100,000 rand, as an example. I want to be able to do that in real time. To make that decision, though, in the back end, you don't need to be ingesting data in real time to make that decision. Because the data sets that you're going to use to make that decision are definitely not changing at such a rapid rate that you need to ingest the data in real time. Because that's the key thing, is like, what's the problem that you're thinking about or trying to solve? And what's the rate of occurrence of the problem? We've got some customers who have stock that is sitting in various locations, and you need to decide what is the optimal amount of stock to have in location A and location B, and when should I start shipping stock between sites. Trucks don't move at the speed of light. So, if you're making that decision once a day, you're golden. And the data that you're using to make that decision is probably only arriving on a daily basis as well. And in the vast majority of cases, that is actually the biggest problem, that so often the source of the data that you're using for the decision is arriving on a daily basis. And there, I 100% agree with you that, let's start by doing the get the data to move in once an hour. See if you can get that little problem solved. For the moment, the vast majority of organizations is still stuck in batch land anyway.
I'm going to conclude with that. So for organizations in general, in getting your use cases solved, batch is going to be good enough, unless you need a server that can respond in real time. But for data processing and machine learning, batch should be sufficient for getting you a lot of value in the meantime. The only there will highly likely be niche cases where real time is worth the effort, and the examples I can think about now would probably be a stock market kind of environment, where you could still probably build a batch-based model and still do good, but for those who want to do high-frequency trading, then real time becomes an issue. Maybe even in autonomous vehicles and autonomous robotics, but those are very niche specific cases, and the people in those fields probably already know that they're going to be investing and need to invest in real time.
Exactly.
We're talking about your normal organization wanting to get value out of data science and machine learning engineering. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit for batch.
Exactly.